to part 7, I believe it is, of In the Beginning and the End. And this is February the 6th, 2025 by man's calendar. And I want to get right on back into this word. This is Genesis 4. And I'm going to recap what just happened there. Verse 15 of Genesis 4. And the Lord said to him, Therefore, whosoever slay Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. Why do you think the Lord said sevenfold? There's a meaning to that, right? And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife. It didn't say his wife was a person or human even. It just said Cain knew his wife. And since there was no females born to Adam and Eve yet, no, we're not going to say that there's another tribe out there. God has not yet created that. We're not going to add to this word of God. What God did create was the beasts of the field. Just because you can't wrap your mind around these things don't mean they didn't happen. The Nephilim came from somewhere. You should study better. Stop reading other garbage books that tell you lies that man wrote, that were not the inspired work of God. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. And he built a city. Cain built a city. The vagabond, the wanderer, has now built a city. How you build a city with you and your kid and your wife? That was a small city. And Cain built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. Now remember, this is Cain's Enoch, not God's. And to Enoch was born, oh boy, here we go with these names. Irad. And Irad fathered Mehulajal. And Mehulajal fathered Meshal. And Meshal fathered Lamech. Oh, I tell you, Lord, I really hate reading these names. And Lamech took to him 2 wives. Well, look in there. He can't be the deacon because he's the husband of 2 wives, not 1. The name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Zaliah. And Adah bore Jabal. Now these are Cain's descendants. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bore Tubal, oh Lord, Tubal Cain, an instructor of every art artificer in brass and iron. That means metal craftsman. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Nehemiah. And Lamech said to his wife, Adah, and or to his wives Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, you wives of Lamech, hearken to my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. See here, he's gone and killed a man now too. Just like his grandfather Cain, right? Well, that apple didn't fall far from the tree. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. Now, God didn't tell him that. He just took it upon himself to believe that. Let's make that abundantly clear there. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, she has appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth and to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. This is the book of the generations of Adam in the day that God created man in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them and called their name Adam. Let's look at that. I don't want any disputes on this. This is what God called them. Created he met In the day that God created man in the likeness of God, made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them and called their name Adam. In the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and fathered a son in his own likeness, and after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he had fathered Seth were 800 years. See, he was 130 years old when he had Seth, and he lived 800 years more. That means he was 930. Now talk about Methuselah right here. He was almost 1,000 as well. He was 930 years old. Don't tell me that God has not shortened the days for the elect's sake. Man's years are not that many anymore. And the days of Adam after he had fathered Seth were 800 years, and he fathered sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived, see, I went and done that math, and I didn't even need to because it said it right there. Dadgummit, I was counting for no reason. Oh, anyway. And Seth lived 105 years and fathered Enos. And Seth lived after he fathered Enos 807 years. Yeah, I'm going to do math again. Here we go. Can't believe I'm doing math on a day that ends in Y. Yeah, this is Thursday. The word Thursday ends in Y, and I'm doing math. See, I have a rule. I ain't supposed to do math after 5 o'clock, after 5 p.m. on Thursdays, and not before 5 a.m. on Fridays, and not after 4 a.m. on Fridays. And the same for the rest of the week. But anyways, getting back in here and doing math again. Seth was 105 when he had Enos. And he lived after he fathered Enos 807 years. So we know that 5 and 7 are 12. That's right. So he was 912 years old. I don't know why everybody was freaking out over Methuselah almost being 1,000. These other men were almost 1,000. But anyways, see you in the next part.